Scarce and unevenly distributed rainfall has made water a key economic and social development issue in Morocco. David Spicer, a permaculture teacher, shares his observations about access to water in Morocco.
I went to Morocco and taught a permaculture design course, which is a 2-week course discussing and educating people on all the components of permaculture, so from food security, majoring in water security. When we talk about permaculture, we talk about water access dwellings, so water dictates where the access goes and then the access dictates where our dwellings go. But it's all the design process is revolved around water. Water is the key feature. Whether we can store water up high or down lower and pump it up, or however we want to do it. And then I went and done a consultancy in southern Morocco, in quite close to hyper-arids, like arid area like Jordan and parts of Palestine. It was very interesting. I've got an earthworks background, so doing earthworks for water harvesting systems is kind of not easy, but you know I can visualise it quite easy and operate the machines. So that was a massive learning curve to go over there and be truly without water. You know, we think we are in Australia, but it's totally different when you... Well, with the village, initially I went to Morocco. The children have to actually travel 7 kilometres down a 1,000-metre drop to collect daily water. They don't go to school because that's their job. So that's a bit of harsh reality. There is old terracing in Morocco, and again it's that sort of modern switch that we're starting to lose the skill how to repair the terraces properly. If you get a terrace, and the traditional terrace is actually tilted back, so any water that comes down the landscape like this actually sits in here. Okay. Now they've started to silt up, so they're starting to run off, so they need to actually raise the terrace wall again. So it's a bit of tweaking. It's the same in Morocco. I know it's the same thing. The old terraces are falling down, but they were like the rice paddies. You know, if you can picture a rice paddy, you can picture a terrace in the dry lands. It's just the water's not on the top, it's in the bottom, in the ground. The northern part isn't as bad. When you get to the southern part, I mean, it's the infrastructure. They do have some dams, but again, a lot of it's wasted through open channel irrigation. It's all still flood irrigation. You know, they don't have the money to invest in the modern drip irrigation. So unfortunately, they have a lot of evaporation and again, salt problems. So the agriculture is old school, you could say, and I think that's where we've got to come in and not try to impose what we know, but actually just come in and advise them, you know, and have a cultural sensitivity as well. But you know, there's a lot of solutions. We can soon put on rainwater tanks and harvest roof water, and that instantly, straight away, gives them potable drinking water, which they don't have access to. And you know, and then a lot of people are buying water, and you know, with their sort of scale of economy, it's a big part of their wage. When the farmers put in one single crop, they grow that one crop, they all harvest that one crop at the same time, they all take it to the market at the same time, they get very, very low prices. It's a glut. So that comes back to diversity, you know. Growing a diverse, you know, food groups, not only for the market but also for themselves, and then that brings up their health. But they need water security, so that's where we sort of come in and we try to advise them on harvesting rainwater, holding as much rainwater in the landscape as possible. That's the most economic spot to hold it. And dominate the dry lands in trees. It's similar to forest gardening. We put up a dappled canopy. Actually, when you get into southern Morocco and Jordan and Palestine, the major food forest, you could say, is a date palm food forest. So it's a date palm canopy. Then there's a 3,000-year-old food forest in southern Morocco, in Zagora. So it's date palms, citrus, olives, pomegranates, mulberries, figs, and then grain crops and vegetable crops. So it's a polyculture. It's a really sensible way of farming, and they've been doing it for thousands of years.